Tanzania's President Samia Suluhu Hassan has received an election winner certificate from the country's electoral authorities. Now, that's an official and public acknowledgement of an election victory that has proven controversial. At the ceremony in the administrative capital Dodoma, Hassan said it's time to unite the country. The Electoral Commission said she won around 97% of the vote. The elections had been marred by deadly violence. Demonstrators took to the streets to protest the exclusion of Hassan's main challengers. The opposition says hundreds of people were killed by police in the unrest. The government denies use of excessive force. Now, Deogratias Munishi speaks for Tanzania's main opposition party, Chadema, which was barred from the election. He joined us earlier from Nairobi in Kenya to share his take on the president's 97% election victory.
Thanks for having me. As our reaction as a party to what has been declared as electoral results today is very clear. Since there are no electoral reforms as demanded by Tanzanians, and since Tanzanians were in streets and not in the polling stations on the 29th of October, and it is clear that there was no election on 29th. And therefore, the results announced today are a total fraud, and therefore the winner or whoever claims to be the winner is not a real winner because she has not been chosen by Tanzanians since they didn't vote for her.
So will you attempt to challenge the result? Will you actively try to challenge the result?
Unfortunately, as per the legal framework of Tanzania, when it comes to elections, you cannot challenge any results declared by the Electoral Commission. And this is part of what we were pushing for a wider or larger part of electoral reforms so that electoral results can be challenged in the court of law. But as of now, as by the existing laws, you cannot challenge presidential electoral results as announced today. And therefore, the only way to challenge these results is by the power of the people, which is already in streets, as you have heard, because they don't want Samia Suluhu and her party.
Yeah, and you've mentioned already the protests also over the past few days. Now, we hear that those protests have been violently crushed. What can you tell us about this?
Yes, heavy force has been used by security forces, especially the police force of Tanzania, to crush the process. And as we speak now, there are hundreds of casualties, life-threatening casualties with the injuries who have been left behind. And the reports we are gathering on the ground, there are many people who have died. And for sure, these are in the level of atrocity. So there is what we can see as crimes against humanity, and until internet is able to come back and we establish the exact figure, but the reports we have already from the grounds, from our local leaders, the figures are above 850. This is of today. So and those are estimate figures we have managed to collect from the ground. So
how safe are you? How safe are you? Because you are talking to us now from Kenya. What do you hear from colleagues and how concerned are they, those who are still in Tanzania, for their safety? Are they safe?
No one is safe in Tanzania. Everyone is in hiding. As you can imagine, before 29th, the wave of abductions that was being carried by security agents against our members, our party leaders. Before the 29th, you could imagine the wave of arrests that was being carried out in Tanzania for our party leaders. And as we speak right now, our party leader is still in detention. The vice chairman for our party is still in detention for crimes or offenses that are unknown to anybody.
All right.
So just to reply to your answer, nobody is safe in Tanzania.
Well, we wish you all the best. We'll certainly keep an eye on the events and how they unfold. Deogratias Munishi there from Tanzania's main opposition party, Chadema, speaking to us from Kenya at the moment. Thank you so very much.
Thanks for having me.